Okay, here we are back racing at Abingdon. This is round 6 of the summer series, 4th category. I've done every round this year and it's been really quite a high standard, I think. It's been good. We get good fields here at Abingdon in the 4th cat, and every week it's a really hard race, so it's good. Nice easy roll out here, nothing too serious. Turning here up into the headwind section. And everyone taking it quite steady on the first lap. This is where we're getting a bit of a tailwind. This is the fastest section of the course most weeks. Coming into the final bend and back into the straight, and I think somebody's gone off the front there, you can see, just rounding the corner ahead. A nice early move. This is where it looks like everyone's forming into little echelons here, and I'm just about to have a nice rest, but then I decide, oh actually I think I'll sit on number 10's wheel here, and we'll keep going hard till the end and see if we can get a bit of a split. This is Andrew, number 10. Seems to be quite a strong rider. He ends up finishing 7th in this race, and I'm just letting him do all the work here. I think he's looking round, looking for some support from me actually. You'll see just here, he's like, you gonna come through? Looking behind, looking for me to take the but no, I'm not feeling it. Let's leave him on the front for a bit longer. And you can see he's slowed right down now, which is a bit dangerous because it means that somebody else will go on the attack. No attacks just yet. Looks like everyone's just rolling through. And back onto the straight again. Here a little bit of an echelon starts to form. I'm in the right place on the right hand side of the pack here. Plenty of shelter, quite easy, 220 watts. Not having to do very much. You'll see each lap this gets sort of more strung out on this section. This is where the attacks tend to take place. Back up the hill into the wind. That's the E12 race coming past there with the purple numbers on the back, so we just have to ignore them. But often what happens is when they do come past us, it triggers a load of people in this race to kind of go a bit harder and try and get a bit of a break. You're not supposed to draft off them, but it's just something about it. Being overtaken by faster riders just makes people go a bit harder. Here you see a bit of a move off the front there, going harder, and I think I just sit on number 7's wheel here. Number 7's Marcus, and I'm just letting him do the work to sort of pull us back together. Then number 14's dropped back a little bit. He ends up coming second, so he's obviously a strong rider, but again, just letting him do the work to drag me back to the group. What it does mean is, because I didn't stay in the front few wheels there, I think that a little break does get away here. Again, here we go, more of the E12 crowd coming past, which kind of just leads us to sort of string out a bit here, and we're not getting much draft. Trying to chase back onto that group that seems to have gone off the front of our race. I always think, look, I'm in the draft here doing 400, 500 watts and still sticking there. I wonder what people must be doing on the front. Quite impressive for 4th category, really. Shows how strong all these riders are. Again, sitting on number 7's wheel here. Hoping that the group will come back together, which it seems to here. You see this guy in yellow, number 19, is Steve, and he was in the little break ahead, but he sort of dropped back to the group now. This week he actually comes third, I think, so great result and reward for all of his hard attacks that he's been putting in here. In previous weeks I've kind of been dropped at the same time as him, so I thought, well, I should sit on his wheel. He's about my sort of standard, maybe a bit stronger than I am. So if I can stay there. You can see here he's trying to, I didn't know what he was doing here, trying to get some glasses off a friend or something, but it doesn't end up getting them, they end up crashing onto the floor. But yeah, I didn't know what he was putting his hand up, if he had a puncher or something. But back into the little echelon here. I think a couple of people have got off the front now, and everyone else is together in the group. See, number 10 goes there, and then Steve, number 19, goes. Everyone who's strong goes, and once again I'm sitting here going, oh, I need to move across into that group. watts, doing my best to try and get across. 49k an hour. And this time I managed to make connection with the group that seems to be trying to get away, but it just means that I'm pulling everyone else back into the group. We're all sort of staying together really. I'm just on the front of the little split there, doing all the work to pull it together, which is not so good for me really. And we're all back together again. Still on Steve's wheel, and once again he's attacking. And this time I think it's going to stick. Yeah, there you go, straight off into the wind. Two of them are away, and that's kind of the move that's going to make the podium, I think, for this race. Once again I'm sitting on number 7's wheel, hoping that it was going to drag me back into the group. Try my best not to be the one leading the chase, and you can see there actually the red arrow is coming past in the sky. Nice little flyby for the race. chance there to get into that group, but I just sort of gave up. I recognised it wasn't going to happen for me. Again, number 7 comes back to save the day, and I try and sit on his wheel, try and use him to get back into the group, but you can see they've got quite a massive gap on us already. Although I do think that Marcus here does get back to the group, but I certainly don't. Giving it another burst here. I think that I can take this corner faster than the group. Try and use that to catch back up, but it looks like, you know, it's a bit of a lost cause. Back on the wheel. But this is funny, it looks like he's checking the football results or something on his phone. Seems to also have given up on the chase. My turn to give it another blast. You can't see the other riders in the distance there, just where that car is. So it looks like we can make it back if we work together. Quite frustrating actually, because I'm working quite hard here to get back into that little group there, because that is the group that, yeah, will still get some points at the end of the race. So I'm really trying to get back into that group, because it would be the first time I've actually got any points at Abingdon, which would be really nice as a target for the season. Again, using number 7 again. Again, here comes the E12 to Lappers again. I think this is where Marcus, number 7, is going to get back into the group, and I'm unfortunately not. So you can see 0 watts. I've just kind of given up really, and it's so close. I think, oh, one last push, 800 watts. Oh no, that's all I've got. I think I thought I was going to do it actually. It looks really, really close here, but I think I just didn't give it quite enough to get to the corner, and once they're around the corner they're kind of gone. Yeah, so it looks like that's my race over really, unfortunately. But I keep working aimlessly to try and catch up with the group, and it looks like here I'm coming up to another rider. I didn't realise it at the time, but it's actually someone I'm coming up to lap. So I kind of thought that actually, I was catching up to someone who's got dropped from that group, so I thought, okay, I'll get back to him, we can work together. But what actually happens is, I catch up with number 23 here, sit on his wheel for a bit, and then realise it's not actually helping that much, so go round and then lead him around for the last couple of laps. But actually I'm a lap ahead, so it's not the end of the world. So yeah, I go through to give it a turn, and then I keep looking back for him to sort of help me out, but this is the sprint finish here. And I think I've got a bit of a gap on him. I think, okay, I'm alright here. At least I'll have beaten one person in a sprint. But you'll see what happens. But it doesn't really make any difference because, like I say, he's a lap behind. close to the line, thinking I've got the gap, thinking I've done enough, don't really sprint. And there he goes past me. Thanks for watching.